Yo, yo, yo! Here we are again, once again. 1 week after we were on last time. And welcome to the final of
Last Figure Standing.
Never gets old.
Is that Frank Oz? Who was that?
Animal.
how you doing, guys?
Doing well.
Doing good, man. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah, very well, very well. If anybody doesn't know already, this is the final of Last Figure Standing. We are going to be announcing very, very soon who the winner is this year. There was a choice of two. You've been voting all week. There was a choice between Ali or Shush, who won it last year when he defeated The Stranger, and he's up against Luthen Rail from Andor. Obviously, as these things go on, more and more people have less skin in the game in terms of, like, you know, whether they want to even bother voting, because it might not be two characters they're interested in at all. So that's just the way it goes. We'll speak a bit about that later on. And once we have announced the winner as well, we will then be going deep dive, if I can get my words out correctly, into John's dashboard, which he amazingly puts together, which can be accessed by anyone. We will provide the link at some point. It's probably in, or it will go live after we've announced. Right. And then anyone in the chat that wants to know, how many characters, or where did this character come in the list, blah, 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 blah. Any questions you have, we can answer all those a bit later on. But first of all, just want to introduce my guests. As always, we have
Tuna. What's up?
Big Tuna, Chris from Banter Skull. How you doing, my buddy?
I'm doing well. Let's move right along. Go over to John. Let's get in and out of this thing.
Oh yeah, I just got my case of Revens. I don't want to do with those, but we'll put them in the stockpile. And hey, I just want to share some good news. Today's been a solid day. Not only did I get half my leaves done, I also got tickets to San Diego Comic-Con 2026. So
nice.
Yeah. So
good news
there with Mr. Augustine. Anyways, carry on.
Let's say hello to some people in the chat. We've got Sci-Fi Dude, TVC Trader. I know that name from Whatnot. We've got Justin Riley. We've got John Miko's in the chat. We've got Doug Noth, Reno. We've got Wolf of Lear. Victoria's in as well. I believe she's live streaming later on. I think it's like 2:30 UK time though. We've got Dean. There's T's in. Paul Nurse. I'm not sure how to say that name. Bradley's in. Ponda Poodoo's in. We've got Star Wars Rue. Andre is in. We got Mike Skywalker, Luthen all the way. Darth Wizzy Wizard is here. Randy is here. We've got Toys of the Jedi is here. Chris, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. Excuse me. Obi-Wan Kenobi is here. We've got DJ Neil Badboy. Hero Collections is here. Every vote counts. There you go. Who else have we got? We've got C3PO Concepts is here. We've got Path Doc, Cooper. We've got Mike Tarkin. We've got Cliff Oliveira, Carlos, Jadlin Wastes is here. Scott is here as well. Dan Von Carr, Matthew Decker. We've got loads of people in. 100 people watching already. So it's, thank you so much for turning up. Aquarish Doug is here. Brett on Fett is here. Delvian Seek's here. I didn't mean to click on that one. Cheers, Darth Wizzy Wizard. Appreciate it, mate. For the super sticker. Excuse me, I need to just have a drink. I'm coughing here. Excuse-moi. Grant's Galaxy is here. And Justin Clark. Loads of people are here. Welcome, everybody. Cheers, Darth Wizzy. I really do appreciate that, my friend. All right, so I think we're just going to get straight into it, guys. You've been voting all week. Thank you to everybody that did take part and that has taken part all throughout the process. And I'll just take this opportunity as well to thank Chris and John for all their hard work in putting this event on again this year. I feel these things are really important. March Madness is important. This is important. It just gives the community a chance just to sort of, put forward who they would like to be made in the vintage collection. And, the numbers don't lie. Cream rises to the top. And as I've said many, many times before, I don't really feel that the sort of top 10 and the whittling down to the number one is what really, really matters. I feel it's like, 50 upwards that really, really matters and really provides some good data. So let's get on with it. Should we just reveal who's won this year? Should we just do it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
No need for suspense. Let's do it.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can. Ignore the and can I turn that off?
There we go.
There we go. The winner is Luthen Rail. Was it in any doubt? I think he pretty much led from the word go, right? If you can speak to that, Chris.
Wire to wire winner. You get the most votes during the nomination phase of any character in Last Figure Standing history. I believe you got 351. And not to jump the order here on John's dashboard, I believe we got 351 nominations this year. By way of comparison, Arleel had 306, I think, last year. So got more nominations than any figure in Last Figure Standing history, and he won every single round convincingly. It wasn't close. So this was he just steamrolled start to finish.
Yeah.
I think that might have been why participation might have been a little bit down, because I think this one was over before it started.
Yeah, it did feel a little bit like that, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of felt that C-3PO might have made a bit of a charge personally. His name came up a lot. It's something that I've always pushed a lot. I was a bit disappointed that he didn't sort of get a little bit further, but I think we've had a lot of C-3POs over the years, so and
it's also, I think, it's the psychology of once we get into these voting rounds too. We see the same thing with March Madness, where we get upsets all the time. In March Madness, I just think once you get into this, and people say, "Well, I don't want to vote. I shouldn't have to vote for C-3PO. I shouldn't have to tell Hasbro they need to make C-3PO. Let me go for the figure that I don't think they're going to." I think people start voting for the figures that they think won't get made otherwise once you get to this place in the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. Great result, Hasbro. I hope you're listening. We need more Andor figures in TVC. I agree with that statement. Well, there's a few like pretty obvious ones, troopers and things like that, Imperial guys. What about you, John? What do you think overall?
Yeah, I mean it's been interesting. Just I know there was people that were, kind of taking stabs at this, that it was going to be another glub, and ended up being a main character that the line hasn't seen yet. Obviously, there's not a lot of love for Andor. I'm with you, Tim. Season 2, I can't get enough of it. I've watched it a few times. I wish we had some kind of campaign or dream pack from that. I'd happily buy some of those figures. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about Luthen getting some love. It's well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So are you able to share the dashboard?
Yes, I am.
Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I just made the Instagram post, so I'm sorry, I'm scrambling here and So let me do that. I have my screen here. Let me just refresh. I'm actually
Lux
going
Luthor with
to
swappable wig head and luxury gown, a bit like old Anakin to Vader set from Revenge of the Sith.
let me do one thing here real quick. I'm actually going to unhide the dashboard.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just talk about Ali Shush very,
Please.
very quickly. From a personal point of view, you know, I didn't vote for him at all in my top 10 this year. I felt that he had already had the push that he needed last year, you know, considering that he won the thing. But it just does speak to the fact that, you know, people aren't convinced that even though we've seen that figure and what it will look like, you know, they're not convinced that Hasbro are gonna release that figure.
Right.
So that's why they still push for this. And it's a bit of a shame, you know, with the Stranger. It's that I'm glad that figure got revealed, because I think he didn't make it through, did he? But had he gone through, we would have taken him out and put the character that he had removed. We would have put that character forward instead. You know, because often these characters can like dominate things, you know. It's like, just make him already, like, or just tell us that he's coming, because, you know, it would really help out these sort of community things that we're doing if there's a, you know, a character that's just like dominating for nearly 2 years. You know, just tell us already that he's on his way or something, and then we can just like vote for something else, because then it's a bit more meaningful data for them as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and just look at last year. If Ben and Han weren't pipeline when we conducted this last year, they would have been probably the number 1 and 2 vote getters last year.
Yeah,
but we knew they were coming, so we had to take them out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let me share. Allow, and then I'm going to click there.
Yeah, it's starting.
I think you just have to allow it, Tim, right?
Okay. Yeah. Add stage. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that's big enough for everybody to see.
And I can zoom in, I think. So yeah, I mean, just to give everyone a refresher, right? These analytics, you know, let me take a step back. I have to thank Tuna. I can't do any of this without the data he provides me, and he provides me a couple different grains of this data to be able to get it into Tableau and then visualize it. So, Tuna.
Well, I want to continue patting myself on the back, because I do it pleasantly and with no complaining whatsoever.
Your nose just hit the screen.
Yeah. Screw this! I'm going home. I'm not doing it ever again.
I'm never doing it again. Yeah. A few weeks time from now, we'll like each other again.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, I can't do any of this stuff without what he does. So thank you, man. So the good news here is this data now we do have, and I'll zoom in a second, but we have the capability now to look at historical years. So I have it defaulted to 2025. We can flip back to 2024 if we want, and it will switch to everything that transpired last year.
Can we talk about something while you're doing that right here? Something that's
please.
very, very informative about 2025. No, go back to 2024.
Sure.
The bar for entry into the top 12 was 187 votes to get into the top 12 last year. So we had 6 new characters that from last year that made it into the top 12 this year. But what you're going to see is those characters didn't, the bottom didn't come up. The top came way, way down. Chimera wouldn't even have made it last year at 175. So just look at how far down the top 12 came this year. And there's one good reason for it. What happened? If you saw my article earlier this week on Bantha Skull, I had a sense of that. I was just cleaning the data of what happened, but it's pretty apparent where. So what happened is the votes at the top, they basically got spread out amongst. You know, we don't have those. We don't have those easy targets at the top anymore. You know, first year was obvious. We didn't have Balin, we didn't have Shin, we didn't have Luke, we didn't have Ben, we didn't have Han. And it was fairly obvious. Last year we didn't have the Snow Trooper and Asajj Ventress. Now that these obvious targets are off the board, the community's kind of spreading out. So we don't have that. And I think that's another reason why, as the voting went on, they're not really, aside from Luthen, this year, and 3PO who got bumped out early, there weren't a lot of characters that you had a massive backing. So it was very easy for people to lose interest this year because the votes were so spread out.
Yeah,
well
sure.
said, Chris. Yeah, very well said. Thank you for that. Yeah, so when we go through this data, right, we have that capability to switch to toggle between 2024 and 2025 now. You can whittle down the data set by just looking at a smaller subset of top N. So for instance, if you wanted to see just the top 50, right, you can whittle this down to just who the top 50 were and see them here as I scroll down all the way down to Omega. So you can see that here. I'm just going to switch it back because I like to look at the whole subset, or I'm sorry, the whole set. And it's just going to filter back. Sometimes it takes a second, but here we go. So again, the cool thing about this is we appreciate everyone being able to at least during the submission phase, let us know your age range and your demographics there. So we set up these age groups. It's interesting to see of all the figures that got 10 votes or more. That's who makes it right to these dashboards. The age groups that come through on that. So 45 to 54 had 41 this year, 37% this year. So it's kind of interesting.
Stronger.
It's interesting. 55 to 64 grew in percentage of 10 figures or more that made it into this. So anyways, you can see the groupings. They are very similar though, right? Our largest subset is the 45 to 54, and then the 25 to 34, and then me, I'm in the 35 to 44, but only for a few more weeks. Then I move up to your guys' age group, man. Anyways, you can click down onto interacting with the dashboard, right? You can click on one of these slices of this donut chart and it will filter down the data. You can also use any of these filters at the top to filter down to a certain dimension here, right? So, again, we have, if you want to see just all the aliens, you want to see all the droids, you want to see any special themes, which we can go into some of those. If you want to look at troop builders, what troop builders make it, you can click down into that. Then as we scroll down here, we have two sets of, they're called tree maps, but basically they're I want to say like a pie chart, but they add, they make it a little easier to see how big the slices are, right? So you can see here that again, the original trilogy was the largest percentage of 10 votes or more. Again, because that's what this dashboard does. It just shows all the characters that got 10 votes or more. So original trilogy, and then Disney live action, and then animation. And then we show you another comparison here of which media sources, were where those submissions lie, right? So again, A New Hope, then Return of the Jedi, then Andor, which
Wow.
pretty sure is different than last year. And I'm sorry I don't have a dashboard that really compares the years, but if you look at 24,
Sorry, John.
Yeah.
If you got at that point there, have you got all filters removed? So that is just the raw.
Correct.
Yeah. So what we're saying there is that all age groups, because I would have expected personally, like Revenge of the Sith, for example, to be a bit higher in that, maybe even to be above Andor, really, because obviously we have, if you think about TVC 2.0, if there's one media that we have been really starved of, it is Revenge of the Sith, isn't it? I probably had like one figure from it or something, and that was the repainted clone on that skinny body. What was he, the 41st or whatever? So that does surprise me a little bit. And also Empire Strikes Back not being, where's the Empire Strikes Back?
Well, if you take Luthen out of it, how does that change?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Like let's just do that for a quick example here, right? If we got rid of oh no, I want to do that.
Yeah.
If we go to Luthen, right, and we uncheck Luthen, how does that change? There, Return of the Jedi
down to 7th in the list instead of 3rd.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I do need to see here though. I hope I'm not having any type of glitch because Return of the Jedi. Let me just see something because we might have been reading this a little wrong. One second. Oh yeah, Return of the Jedi was number 2, then Andor.
Well, it was,
I forgot about that.
It was Empire Strikes Back that I was asking about, wasn't it? And Revenge of the Sith, because both of those, it's not, when you think about what we do have in the vintage collection, there certainly isn't really any shortage compared to other things of Star Wars and Return of the Jedi. And talking about card backs, right? So I was just thinking, where's Empire Strikes Back on that list? Where's Revenge of the Sith? I expected those to be a little bit higher, but of course, as you say, Star Wars, for example, is going to be heavily weighted because of Arliel, and Andor, as we've just seen there, you take him out, and Andor slips down to 7th. So, and
I just took Baze out. Now it's New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith. So
take Arliel out and show Tim that it's not that.
Oh, sorry.
Arliel actually did his little Arliel hatred theory here does not hold water. It's still number 2.
Yeah. Well, okay. I guess there's a lot of other Cantina aliens that have been voted for this year, right?
Correct, and that's what happened. Before it goes too far, can you bring up Randy S's comment from 10:17 your time, Tim?
Which one? Sorry,
Randy S at 10:17.
Yeah.
So, is it possible to convince us to disallow previous winners? Randy, you have my address. If a nice package shows up with maybe a nice vintage Kenner item, high grade, really choice, I think we can make that happen. But I think we don't want to ever, artificially change the results. If somebody's going to win 2 years in a row, we want to, let it go through.
Yeah, there is two sides to it, isn't there? Because as we've seen with Ali, we got to the final, and that did skew things a little bit because he's already won it. But essentially, if they haven't still made him, then we kind of want to know that the love for that figure is still there, and it's just not a flash in the, it's not just a flash in the pan sort of thing because of the recency bias or whatever it might be.
And if anything, it was down because of the Cantina 4-pack. A lot of people left him off. I think all of us assuming that he's coming.
Yeah.
Yep. So, so this is, again, just showing if we took Arliel, Baze, and Luthen out. And, I'll clear that filter. The easiest way to do that is just to hit the little X here at the top. I can zoom in. You just clear the filter, brings it back to, the whole subset or the whole set of data. You can interact with the tree maps. Any square you click on, it will filter down. So, for example, we could click on Original Trilogy and see the makeup there, right? And then you could even then click on Empire Strikes Back to see what we have for Empire Strikes Back. And you can see that list here.
That's that driver at the top, is he? 21B,
yeah. Yeah. And then again, you can see the demographics mix. Again, there's just so many.
Empire suffers because we don't have that, iconic display. We now have the Cantina for A New Hope. We have Jabba's Palace for Return of the Jedi. There's no iconic display for Empire, and that's why it suffers out of the OT films.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, something like an Echo base, or more than just a the what do you call it from Cloud City there, the carbon
freeze, yeah.
So yeah, would love to hear from everyone. If you want to look at the certain, do you want to look at the Cantina patrons, Chris, or
yeah. So if I just talk about that. So again, if you saw my article this week on Bantha Skull, I got a sense that why we talked about beginning this the top of last figure standing came way down this year. So where those votes go, and I was getting a sense as I was doing the data cleanup. I was just seeing the Cantina names come up a lot during this, and in just the ones that got 10 or more votes. And I'm throwing Arleal out of this. So I'm throwing Arleal out of this. Last year we had more submissions, and Cantina characters other than Arleal got 404 votes. This year, with fewer submissions, Cantina characters other than Arleal got 550 votes. So a lot of the votes at the top got pushed down. Obviously, the HasLab has something to do with it. It got pushed down. But if you want to do, this is fine. But if you just look at Tzizvit there, 80 votes, and if you go to 2024 and do the same thing, I think he's in the 50s.
Yeah.
He's in the 50s,
51,
and then
51.
look at Othello. He's at 36, and you go to 2025. He's up in the 70s. So this is one thing. I don't think I saw anybody from Hasbro on here, but the Cantina is still really high. It's just distributed.
I think Brandon commented earlier. He is.
Okay,
he might be watching.
Okay, perfect. So the Cantina is still really, really popular. It's just not coalescing behind a single figure anymore, which is hard to do when there's so many characters that you could vote for. And it's one thing. And I think I've said this every year. None of us want to put our thumb on the scale and say, hey, you guys should vote for this or do this. We don't want to do that. But once we get to March Madness, we're free to campaign a little bit because it's not our
sure.
Our poll. I think I'm going to push for people to get behind Athelo. Cantina fans need to get behind one character, so we're not spreading the votes out. We got to start doing that every year to make sure these things rise up to get on Hasbro's radar. So I think from Bantha Skull's perspective, we're going to, for March Madness, encourage people, if you want a Cantina alien, please kind of coalesce behind Athelo this year, and then if we get him made, then we can go to the next one. So on and so forth.
No, sorry, I want the Duros first, mate. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I mean, I want them all, but I'm just, I would say Tzizvit because he got the most votes, but he's a divisive character. As many people that want him are people hope he'll never get made, so he's a tough one to campaign behind.
Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate that, buddy. Really do. Super sticker. Carry on, John, if you want to carry on, and then once you've talked about what you want to talk about, then we can obviously go to the chat and ask that if anybody's got don't put it in the chat just yet, but when we say you can ask us to check out whatever you want to check out, and we can talk about it a little bit more.
For sure. Let me just clear the filters here. I just noticed I have to update some of the percentages in the tooltips when you hover over to make sure it goes across years. But this is great to interact with. Obviously, I think the prequel trilogies, 12% this year. What did they have last year? I just want to look at that. Just also supporting some of the things that Chris was mentioning with whatever campaigns are going on. Oh, it actually had more last year, but again, I think that might have to do, Chris, like what Chris mentioned, where there was a lot more characters with less than 10 votes, more obscure characters taking some of the share that didn't make the 10 or more figures.
The prequel trilogy,
yeah.
Because I thought maybe some of the characters for Battle of Geonosis would have maybe got more of a push this year because of the gunship that's coming. You know,
Well, we can
some
look
of
at
the,
that.
some of the
So
Jedi's or whatever. You know,
there was 231 characters that made it this year to the dashboard. Did I say 231? So it's around the same. I wonder if it was spread out by more figures, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 24. Huh.
so
Eight
just
again.
eight. So just 8 different characters from Attack of the Clones got more than 10 votes.
Correct. In both
Wow.
years. Looks like
That's
they were
amazing.
different. Yeah.
Don't forget that we have to put them under one banner. So I don't remember what I put like Mace Windu and Ki-Adi Mundi under. So if John might want to do prequel trilogy instead of just
Oh,
Attack.
okay.
Oh, right, because
Sure.
Ki-Adi might have come under Revenge of the Sith instead.
Yeah, I think I put him under Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. So, and you can see there, right? Like here's prequel figures and their ranking. Obviously, right here on this is their overall ranking in the whole data set. But then it's in descending order with their amount of votes. So
Palpatine made it into the top 12. Yeah, 121.
Yep.
Ki-Adi up there. Good to see the Galactic Marine up there as well.
And I did not mean to make B2 Super Battle Droids plural. That should be Battle Droid. Sorry about that.
So yeah, so again, a lot of different ways you can look at this. You can look at, again, an age group and see what's going on for them and what they want, and then filter down even further into what they're looking for. You can, here's the 25 to 34, right? The prequel generation, so to speak, right? So they want, their highest taker is the prequel trilogy. There's 2 other dashboards. I'll just cover those quickly. There's the voting rounds, where you can see, right, every round that happened after the top 12. So round 1, round 2, round 3, and then the finals, and then some trending, and then who won. Well, you can flip between and see again, those stats. If you scroll down, you can see some of the breakdown, right? You can see how Clea pushed through in round 3, where I think, and I'm sorry because these are ranked. Oh, I can actually change it here. So she ranked where here? She ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th here, 6 out of the 12, and then she made it right 4th here. So anyways, you can see how they pull through, even though she was in the top 6 after round 1, she made the top 4 in the next round, right?
I'm not the only one. If she's not in the list, then there might have been only 9 of you that voted for her.
We could take a look. I'm wondering if he is already looking at the dashboard on his end. And then I'll just go over the age group analytics here. I was having some fun with this. With this one, we're just putting them side by side, where you can select 3 of the age groups to compare side by side. So I have here the 3 largest age groups by the submissions, and you can hover. I did a little highlight action where you can hover over and see how they voted across these age groups, right? So Luthen was the number 1 want across these 3 age groups. Baze was number 2 across 2 of them, and then he slipped down here in the 25 to 34. You can see where 3PO is, right? Look at that, right? He's 3rd. 4th, and then I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th on that age group. So
Yeah.
I think this is pretty cool. Kind of gives you the opportunity to see, kind of from a Venn diagram perspective, right? Where similar interests cross. But obviously,
Yeah.
the main dashboard does do that too from a majority standpoint, but this digs a little deeper into that. And then again, just similar things you can do here by checking out, across these age groups, where was the original trilogy, right? And you can see those lists. Look at that. Boba Fett, episode 5, ranked pretty high for 25 to 34. It's only 16 votes, but again, that's a pretty high want for
Who was their top?
Their top. Well, the top for all of them were 3PO.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep. We can see there. I mean, our Leo Shus is, every age group. If we take the filter off and we go to our Leo, all right, he's there, but I think you got to just scroll a little for these guys. But anyways, again, I had a lot of fun with this one, and again, it just shows you looking at these age groups side by side, doing some comparison and seeing where similar interests align or where differences align. So that's the 3 dashboards. I'm not sure if you guys wanted to point out anything on the other 2 while we go back to the most wanted or the total submissions.
No, I don't personally. Chris?
I just want to know why John had me make that other winner image if he's not going to use it.
Oh, I posted it on Instagram. I thought Tim was going to show it as well.
Oh, what? Yeah. I didn't know quite how to fit that one in. Yeah, so it's the wig version of Luthen.
We got to show that off. But yes,
yeah. Once you've stopped presenting, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, I did post that tuna to the Instagram announcement, and it's on the Facebook announcement. So.
Just got to get a bit of a question here that I don't want to lose as the chat fills up. So it's from Jason, and he's saying, I'm interested in your theories about why engagement was down this year. I think Chris said there was fewer votes. So how many fewer votes were there from this year to last year?
Was it 180 something, Chris?
Yeah, it was just under 200.
So it's not a massive amount, but it's still, ideally you want it to grow.
Yeah, I think it's what we talked about at the beginning of the stream or the beginning of looking at the data is that the big targets are gone. I think that's what it is. It is the obvious targets are off the board. Now we're starting to get into, the second tier of characters for these fan polls, which is a credit to Hasbro. They've hit the big targets. We've got our Luke, Ben, Han, we've got our Snowtrooper, we've got Asajj, we've got Anakin episode 3. So we got Balin, we got Shin, so we got the Stranger now. So the ones that obvious targets that were at the top are gone. So I think that's a little bit why it's not down a lot, but I think that's why it's down about 200 submissions from the previous year.
Do you think the opposite could be true as well, where maybe some people are frustrated they're not seeing the stuff that they've been looking for and they just kind of given up?
It could be that. I mean, that does happen. I know I took the Tonica Sisters off my list, personally off my list at one time, just because I'm like, oh, it's never going to happen. So it could be. And I honestly, this. I don't know when the $20 price point came in this process too.
I was just about to say, Chris, I think we have to be, quite realistic in the fact that there are other factors, not just for this fan poll or any fan polls, but just in terms of community engagement as a whole, and potentially losing people from the hobby. People get older, start worrying. There's all sorts of life things that get in the way. Anyone can drop out of the hobby at any time, and it's very difficult to get those people back. As I say, as the older sort of section of people drop out, they might start thinking about retirement or whatever, and then other people that are just like haven't got the sort of disposable income that can sort of handle these price increases. So we just have to, I think we just have to be realistic in that fact. It's, I think we're, losing people quicker than we're gaining them is what I'm saying, which is unfortunate.
Where did Two Tubes rank?
He did well.
Yeah.
He'd be under Rogue One if you want to.
He is number 26 with 92 votes.
I think I mentioned this when we announced the top 12. You see there, if you scroll back in with Mon Mothma, not to switch subjects, but I lumped episode 6 and Rogue One together because they're similar enough that I was hoping that Hasbro could do something like the Sebastian Shaw, Hayden Christensen, Spirit Anakin, where you could do something where you could swap it out, do one figure. So I did lump those two together, and that's a factor why she pushed up so high. But you'll notice that her Senate speech outfit actually outranked the episode 6.
Yeah, that's wild though. 20th and 27th in the top 30, right?
Yeah.
So it does speak to the fact that it's a character that should get some attention in some form at some point. I think the most mileage for the buck would be something where the episode 6 /Rogue One, or stroke, as Tim would say, stroke Rogue One. Figure. I think that's where the Hasbro get the most bang for the buck if they could do both of those in one figure.
Yeah. Two Tubes, I can see him on the list there, 26th, right?
Yep, 26. Yep, with 92 votes. Yep.
And again, like last year, we combined Edrio and Benthic into one because it seems like maybe with an overlay, you could do both figures with a lot of common tooling.
And if we look at, is it anthology movies? Oh no, but that would take yeah.
So that's Rogue One and Solo, basically.
Okay, I was gonna do. Let's do this. Let's do Source, and we're gonna do Rogue One and Andor.
Yeah, buddy, I'm just going to reply to this. Maybe people thought because we've got that figure, then Obi-Wan won't be far behind, and they just thought maybe I don't need to vote for him. I don't know. That's just me guessing.
Yeah, I had him on. He made my 12, but I thought about taking him off because I feel, hopeful that we'll see him sooner than later. But I'm sure a lot of people just took him off.
I took him off. I took him off for that reason. We got the Anakin. I'm just this is uninformed. I have no idea. But if we got the Anakin, we need the Obi-Wan. Hopefully,
it would be pretty. And I'm not saying that Hasbro haven't been cruel in the past, but it would be pretty. it would be pretty cruel, wouldn't it, to give us that Anakin and then show off that awesome set in the Black Series with both of them on it, with all the new updates and spare hands and all this kind of amazing stuff, and then not even give us the Obi-Wan to go with it. That would seem pretty cruel. But I'm not, anything can happen. So.
As is that the Bespin weather vane thing there that they showed off for Black Series with a awesome Bespin loop. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Landspeeder Luke made like a special bracket for your wall for that thing too. It's like, oh man, looks so good. So this is Rogue One and Andor, right? And we can see here, the figures that made it through with 10 or more votes. So it goes all the way to Cassian Andor as the Imperial test pilot, Cyril Karn,
twice.
Is he twice?
Yeah, the Primor Security deputy inspector.
It's hard,
65.
isn't it? Because he's such an important character, but it's one of them that he's just his outfit isn't too. It's a bit like Luthen, really. If I'm on it, I mean, I want Luthen because he's such a big character. He's the best in my opinion. He's the best character since Disney have taken over Star Wars. Certainly the best written. but you know, his outfit isn't really anything sort of to write home about necessarily, is it? And same with Cyril Khan. It's a bit, I don't want to say drab, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's
Can I respectfully disagree with Luthen on Tim?
yeah, you can if you want.
It's gonna be Mando for me. I think Mando's just because I love the Western influence of Star Wars.
Yeah,
so, Mando would be one, and probably Luthen two for me.
Yeah, Mando's a close second.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's it.
I
We can't
agree.
be friends anymore. That's it. We have to agree on this. If we're not agreeing on this, we can't be friends.
I'll split the vote here. I agree with Tuna.
No, you're supposed to say I agree with both of you. Just
I do want both. So 1, 2, 2, 1, whatever.
I don't think there's any
yeah.
denying that like Rogue One has got some interesting characters that would make good action figures though, right? I mean, Andor, of course, it's got a lot of Imperial influence. But you know, when you think about Rogue One, you've got some of the characters listed in there, like I know Two Tubes is in Andor as well, but you know, Two Tubes, some of the other aliens on the what's his name, Pal, for example. Again, he's in Andor as well. But you know, you know those the Pathfinders or whatever they're called. You know, Baze Malbus, just you know, quality would make really good figures.
Saw,
You
yeah.
know, Tim, you mentioned that Pow can go between Melshi and, you know, certain characters can go and or Rogue One, but for the purpose of this dashboard, we have to classify them as one. We can't put them in two buckets. So there's one. John, if you could bring up the Clone Commando.
Yep.
Sorry to jump around here on you.
No, that's what we're here. So would I go to character name?
Yeah, it should come up. Yeah. So on this one, I don't even remember which category I put it. I put it to the Clone Wars, but this obviously goes to gaming. It goes to. I don't think the Clone Wars should be right. I think that should have been the Bad Batch, but or maybe the Clone Wars. Oh no, I have it in the gaming Clone Wars. I have it right here in the description. So we can only put it to one. And I know
you have all three. You have all three there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
so
you put it in one source.
In one category, and this is one that splits its votes amongst itself because people want the gaming one looks different than the skinny animation one, and people want a very specific version. But again, I wasn't playing that game when I was doing this because when we do that, it doesn't rise to the top of something where potentially doesn't get on Hasbro's radar. So I think that's doing a disservice to the character that obviously has a lot of appeal to fans, ranking 22nd in submissions, has a lot of appeal to fans. So let's get one, and then if people want a skinny version or a thick version, whatever version they want, then once one gets made, you can start campaigning for the other one.
Yeah, good call.
Because the Black Series version of that was just a repaint of Hunter, wasn't it? They used the Hunter bot. They used the Hunter because I remember them not being too happy about it, and they also.
Yeah. So last year when people were submitting this, it was Clone Commando, not a repaint of Hunter.
Yeah, you got to be specific about these things. Yeah.
But again, when you're that specific, when we have to aggregate these things, you kind of wash out if you get too specific.
Yeah. So let us know if there's anything here you guys want to.
Yeah. Open it up to the chat. Let us know if there's a character or a subset of data that you want us to sort of talk about and dissect a little bit further. If there's one particular character you want to know where they were in respect to
one character we usually get asked about. I don't know if it was asked about is Rygerd or however you say it from the Cantina. And he had a big climb. He was 11 votes last year, up to 25 this year.
Yeah. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh.
Yeah, in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we even again go to Do we have a special theme for Cantina? I don't think we did.
It's lumped under Return to Tatooine.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thanks, Chris. I did look at that. Oh, I hate how it doesn't. There we go. There's your boy, Tim. Or thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Garandon.
I didn't vote for him this year.
It's interesting. So that's Labria or Labria, however it's pronounced.
Yeah, careful how you say that, Chris.
Yeah. It's interesting that it seems like the redos when it gets to these characters don't get a lot of love, but this one, obviously, we already have the character Labria, and he's still ranking pretty high on the Cantina.
Terrible figure though, isn't it?
Oh, it's funny when people say we have these figures. It's basically just the head is all we have because everything below the neck is inaccurate to the on-screen character.
Here's a good one. Because the Black Series just got him announced. So, I'm always quite curious about these figures because I often get asked about them in my Q&A videos. And I just, what is the popularity?
It's popular, but keep in mind, he already has a super articulated figure in the Legacy collection, which is why he doesn't.
Just search for him.
Yeah.
I know the 25. I feel like the 25 to 34-year-old group, I think, had him pretty high.
Which would make sense because they probably wouldn't have the Legacy collection figure.
Yeah, see 40%.
Yeah.
You got 43. He's number 73.
Did he come on a single card, Chris?
No, he was with the Yuzon Vong, whatever it is. It was in a comic pack.
Ah, the comic packs, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you look at the age groups, I think he shows up pretty quickly. If I thought I remember seeing him in the main list here, I could be wrong. Might just maybe I'm seeing things. Anyway, how many did he have? 20 something. There he is. Nope, that's Clea. I can't read. Anyway. Ooh, that could have been a cool special theme, but that could be pretty hard. That go with the gunship. So I think if we filter to a couple sources here, right? If we filter to prequel trilogy, I know Disney Plus live action and animation.
Yeah.
Anything else? I know gaming possibly, but we'll leave gaming out for a second. But because I'm assuming Keller and Beck is
Ponkrell right off the bat.
Yep, Ponkrell.
Wow, yeah, you got loads of votes. Look.
I'm pretty sure probably the Wrecker was on a gunship at some point. Where did Kelleran make it? Oh, there he is, number 58. He's getting chased by a gunship. But, Commander Cody, Galactic Marine. I mean, you got all your Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aqualish Duck, I agree, man. The ISB Tactical Troopers, man. Come on.
Yeah. That's a pretty big army builder that people would do, right? I think Tyler would buy a few 100 cases of that.
Customs for the Kid wants to know for the Book of Boba Fett. Can you go to that specifics?
Yeah. Hello, good sir. Hey, Brian. So let's.
And while John's doing that, if you haven't seen their Satine, Duchess Satine, it's incredible.
Yeah.
They brought it to the Red 5 event.
Yeah, and Larina, she brought it as well. That was her custom that they made for her. Yeah. The Book of Boba Fett. Here we go.
I think there's 3. Yeah.
Look at you. Yeah, the Pike Soldier. I mean, man, I feel like they could do like a troop builder 4 or 5 pack that could be pretty. Man, can you imagine a Pike Soldier, an Endor Rebel Commando, what else are we missing for some good an ISB tactical trooper?
Yeah.
I don't know. There could be a few here that people would just
Any number of clone battalions.
Right. With the Pike Soldier, it would kind of be like a little bit of a Kenner throwback, but I'm wondering with the Pike Soldier if you could take Han Solo's speeder from Solo and repaint it a little bit, and then you could recreate that shootout with Cobb. We have the Cobb Vanth now.
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
If they could repaint that a little bit to maybe not exactly screen accurate, but bet something better than nothing. That would be a cool way to bring out a Pike Soldier
with a little case of spice.
Yes. as long as it's an actual powder that we can blow all around to make it 100% screen accurate. Dryden Voss is way up there.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Kira too.
And Kira, yeah.
Yeah, those two are going to dominate, aren't they? Who else we got on there?
Oh, and that's a mistake having the Solo. They did that last year too.
I'll clean that up. I think I was supposed to clean that up last year, Chris.
My script gets a little too happy sometimes.
Oh yeah, we'll clean that up. Someone remind me later. Oh yeah, the patrol trooper. There he is, number 120. Yeah. Mud trooper. Oh, love a mud trooper.
Yeah.
So close on that one. Right? And
yeah.
We got pretty much just need to do the lower, just give them some rockers.
That's pretty much one of the only customs I've ever made.
Me too.
Is using the head helmet from the 7 pack.
Right. That was one of the first ones I made.
Yeah. It looks great though,
Yep. Tobias Beckett. Therms Scissor Punch. Or Skizzer Punch. I don't even know.
We are going to be bouncing around here, but a few people have asked yachts.
Yes, my boy. So we can even do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
My favorite theme.
Ponkrell was really high up, buddy. He
was in the top 12.
He was in the top 12
6 or 7. Him and C3PO, I think, got like, or no, 3PO was more. Anyway, something like that. Maybe they were tied. Yeah. So yachts, they're number 49. Made it in the top 50. Just made it in. Yeah, so we can see here, right? Fozak. And if we go over here really quick to the age groups, Fozak was, again, an interesting one. See? Oh, wait, I'm filtered. Haha. If we go to Fozak, we can see here on these lists. Anyways, it's definitely, I think, Chris, you wrote about, right? That should be the next Jabba Goon.
That should be the next Tonica Sisters.
Yes.
So, to answer the question, I think there's 3 candidates. It's Ponkrell, Fozek, and Othello. I gotta remember my Johnny mustache.
It'll always be Othello. It'll always be Othello. Sorry. Sorry, John. So yeah, you can see again just all of Jabba's court here, and I always love seeing this one. We'll never get an update, but a boy can dream.
How do we campaign? Well, last figure standing, we accept. I think March Madness still do just new. They try and promote newly tooled figures, don't they? we allow anything. So this would have been it, but I guess it's whether you think it's a waste or not. Wanting, yeah. I mean, obviously asking for a new Stormtrooper when really he just needs barbell hips to make him definitive, doesn't he? That one, I think.
Yeah.
Is this Chris Blue Skirt Weequay?
Yes.
I'd love that one too. And an update to Barada. Come on. I just got a custom size Snoodles. Can I show her off really quick? So
A custom size Snoodles.
Yeah, a customizer friend of mine, Evo. Many people know him from the Customs Facebook group, and
oh wow.
Now I sent him a Geonosian warrior. Chris, I'm trying to remember. Was it the Darth Maul pack? I forgot what it came from, but he completely redesigned over that figure. A custom.
Is the one I gave you?
Is it articulated, John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See the elbows there.
She is.
Oh my word.
She's got knees, so it leveraged that figure. It's got ankles and everything, and you can see like how he, all the. It's quite amazing. It's even got copper, little trinkets.
John, if it was the Geonosian warrior I gave you, it was from the Legacy Collection 2 wave that was on Amazon. That one wave.
Yeah, I think so. Or
he's got a name, hasn't he?
Yes, in fact.
Look at it. A real feather. I mean, it's just incredible.
Mental.
Yeah. Super excited to add that to my Jabba scene. Thank you, Evo. I sent him a palette of figures as a thank you. I'm ready for a Hoth focus. Ooh. Do we have that in here, Chris? I forget.
Yep. Hoth is in there.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, let's have a look at Hoth.
2-1B should be the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Seeing Han Solo. Then they need to update that Leia.
Yeah.
Right.
Needs ankles.
Yep. And FX721B.
Now that would be a dream
FX7.
2-pack.
They said that didn't Chris say something about FX7?
Yeah, so it was our question on the Q&A asked by the Kiwi man. He was on it.
Man from the future.
Yeah, he asked it on our behalf. He said that they don't think they'd be able to do it today. The Power of the Jedi FX7.
Yeah. Hang on. Sorry. Just 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Just talk about yourself. Sorry.
We can look at just Empire in general.
But Bosca's up there. I know that.
And it is interesting, right? Every year with certain themes and what happens, right? Like Tim was saying earlier, or whoever was saying, if I think someone in the comments, we pointed that out. If they did some kind of HasLab or play set around that, it would probably drive more votes to those characters. And I think that was one of the premises of your Cantina article, right? When we have these world building items, there's things that become more relevant and more desired.
But on this one, 33 Luke Skywalker Bespin Fatigues. That one to me is one, even though that's still a significant amount of votes, 81. Yeah. Even though it's not in the top 12, I think it's one that there's two kind of like figures that people want. There's figures that are dreams, right? So for me, that would be Akmina or Othello. Those would be dreams for me. And then there's figures that you get frustrated that Hasbro hasn't done on their own. That's 3PO now and to me, it's Luke Skywalker, Bespin fatigues. So even though it's not really at the top of these polls, I think it's one that Hasbro needs to get to, because I can tell people are getting frustrated, just like they were frustrated that there was no episode 4 Luke, no episode 4 Han, a lack of a really good episode 5 Luke Bespin, I think, is frustrating people. And what moreover is, you can naturally pair that with a retool of the episode 6 Darth Vader. Just retool it with a non-removable helmet, because we still need a good episode 5, 6 dueling Vader that doesn't have a removable helmet for aesthetic reasons. So you can pair that up naturally. Make it a 2-pack on that, and then obviously Luke Bespin lends itself to you get the base one, you have the battle fatigued one if you wanted to do 2. The same tooling.
Would now, with those 2, talk to me about card backs. Would you want to see an alt card back for Luke from the Kenner days, or would you want?
Oh no, yes, because so this is something that people were frustrated with. We got the Luke Bespin in VTSC, I think. Well, yeah, it would definitely be VTSC because it was VTOC and then 2 VTSCs. So we got Luke Bespin in VTSC, and it was the walking card. So there's two Kenner variations, the walking card and the looking card. Then we got him again a few years later in TVC, and it was the walking card again. People are like, if you're going to give us the same figure again, at least give us the alternate looking card. So if they ever did go to Luke Bespin, they need to do the looking card, which is kind of the blue background with him peering around the corner at the camera on that one.
Yeah. Shout out to July through November. That's his number one want, Luke Bespin. Yeah, and I see a comment here about C-3PO.
Obviously, John, I missed AT-AT Driver putting it in the Hoth theme. That's a big miss for me.
Oh, I gotta write these down. Hold on.
So that kind of putting these as now I'm the only one on the stream, putting these things in the groups. It's a manual process, so it can be something that I miss along the way.
Oh yeah, Fix Solo.
Sorry guys, just had to say goodnight to my son.
Nice.
At least you're not keeping him awake this time, like last week.
No. He's got a football match tomorrow, so just have to make sure he's ready for that.
What positions do he play? Wide receiver, quarterback, running back, left tackle, guard, center. What is he?
Do you know what? You're talking
to both, right?
You're talking a foreign language right now, Chris.
Is fullback isn't fullback in your?
Yeah, in both sports, yeah.
Yeah, we do have fullbacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we were just talking about Bespin Luke and the Vader, and talking to Chris about the card backs you'd want to see. You want to see that alt card back for Luke. Yeah. What about for Vader?
Well, John, you remember you did that one for me. You did the custom.
Oh, right. Yes.
And people went nuts for it when I read the article. So it was Vader in the carbon freeze chamber, that orange card. Like we've never had an episode 5 specific Vader card back in either the Kenner line or in Vintage Collection. So if they did an episode 5 Vader with a non-removable helmet just for the duel in the carbon freezing chamber and use that image, that would be really cool. And I would say the same thing goes for Boba Fett. We need an episode. We need a.
Oh my God! Yes.
Because the Boba Fett that is on the 21 back card from the Kenner days is actually the pre-Pro 3, I think, costume. It's not his episode 5 costume. Right. So we've never had a proper episode 5 card, nor have we gotten a proper 21 back replica in the Vintage Collection proper either. We only got it with the rocket firing Fett.
Yeah, this card back, right?
Yeah. Yes. So that's the Kenner Colors one, right? Yeah. And that is not a 100% recreation of the 21 back card, because in the Fireball there should be some call out text. So if you had the VCP whatever, that one is 100% accurate to the 21 card back.
Oh, I don't have my VCP anymore. I gave it away.
Yeah, so there you see the call out text there in the flame.
Yeah.
We do not have this card back in the vintage collection proper, only as this, VCP numbered one.
The card back that you mentioned there for Vader, that would be pretty cool. But what about if we got a 2-pack with a new Luke, based on what the Black Series have done on the thing, and you've got the Vader with the will rule the galaxy bit. That'd be good. I think that'd be a good card as well.
I think John's card though was just perfect because of the way Vader pops on the orange of the orange smoke, it just pops so well.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was that article, Chris? Really quick, do you remember?
I don't. I can find it.
Do you remember the article though?
No.
The name of it? No. Sorry. And hey, look at Bosk here, number 31, Tim.
Yeah, that's good to see. And as we know, we say this every time, they can get other figures out by doing a new Bosk, namely 2 Cantina patrons in Boshek and the Spaceman.
Yeah.
So, for me, that's 3 figures from 1. And I don't know about you guys, but Bosk is always a good seller, right? Surely.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love a few. I'd love a palette. Yes, please.
Do you want?
He goes everywhere. He's everywhere. You can put him in your barge or no, your palace. He's seen in the palace, right?
Yeah.
He's seen. Is he on the barge as well? Because there is. Because there's that.
Yeah.
There's that scene a bit like Squid Head where it's got the slats behind him. Yeah. Yeah, because there's always this thing about whether we survive the barge or not, isn't there? So,
where did you send it to me on? Okay,
Messenger. But yeah, we definitely need some of the spaces just to start filling out that part of the cantina. We have nothing behind.
You sent it in Messenger?
Yeah,
I didn't get anything.
Oh, it still says it's sending. What the heck? I can text it to you too.
And then also, once you've got the Trandoshan head, arms, feet, then you can make those like Trandoshan thugs from the Mandalorian. We've got the playset of that. The cantina from the Mandalorian. There's some of those in there, and obviously they also attack Mando as well. So
I would love that Trandoshan warrior. The head is different. The head
it is slightly different, yeah,
but they're more, like almost more human looking. Here we go. Okay, let me.
There is rumors that he survived.
Barge through. Let me. Can I?
He got off, man. He got off.
And then share here. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, I need to add you in. Yeah. There you go. Oh yeah, yeah, sweet.
Yeah. Printing money, Chris.
That's one I'd buy a case of just to keep it.
People are going to go another Vader.
Always sells.
It does. It does. Yeah.
In fact, I believe the Emperor's Wrath Vader is outselling the Stranger on Hasbro Pulse slightly.
I was just gonna say, I think you were mentioning that.
Yeah.
Bosk and Max Rebo escaped together before the explosion. It's in the extra special edition.
I did.
Prophet. Hello, good sir.
And Yak Face survived too. He has to survive the sail barge explosion.
Absolutely. There he is. Tyler.
HoloNet, don't say that, man.
Until we pass from this.
It's true, though. It's true.
All right. Let me stop sharing.
So just back to that Boba Fett really quick.
Yeah.
Chris,
talk about your 2-pack, man.
So the image that is on that card is, again, it's not the Episode 5 Boba Fett. It's the Pre-Pro 2 or 3. I can never remember which one.
2, I think.
Yeah, the Pre-Pro 2. That image is not the image that's in the movie. That costume was lost, but it's the Pre-Pro 2 Boba Fett. You can see the red gauntlet, yellow gauntlet there. It's got different attachments and stuff like that. So to me, in the vintage collection, you cannot package an Episode 5 Boba Fett on this card because the vintage collection is all about accuracy now. So we need an accurate.
Well, it's already been done anyway, hasn't it? We've already had that card, like that.
Yep. No, we have not. No, that's the point. We have not had that card. We have the Empire card. In TVC.
Yeah.
Had,
the Star Wars card. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the image. Yeah.
Without the text and all that.
Yeah.
Without the text. Yeah.
So we need that card, but we need an episode Pre-Pro 2 accurate Boba Fett. But then not all, but a lot of the tooling could then go to a definitive Episode 5 Boba Fett. And if you put that in a 2-pack, I think that would be really cool. The original 21 back card with a 21 back accurate Boba Fett, which is the Pre-Pro 2, and then an Episode 5 accurate Boba Fett with a whole new redesign, probably carbon freeze chamber based Boba Fett card, I think would be pretty awesome.
And what did they do for the special edition? What's that uniform?
Oh god, yeah, call me on that. It's probably closer to the Jedi one. I'd have to imagine.
Yeah.
The other than the color of the gauntlets, the easiest tell for me is the belt. If it has the Episode 5 kind of has the 2 pouches off on each side, whereas Episode 6 has a bunch of pouches around the belt.
No, nobody's ever dead, Ovi.
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah, it's the same amount of people that survived the sail barge blowing up is the same amount of people that survived Order 66.
Yeah, somebody commented on that.
Yeah.
Said,
and also
one.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Let's throw that one out there.
Yeah, Eka 1 said this. Let's agree to treat the sail barge explosion like the Jedi purge that supposed all the Jedi were killed.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Good stuff. Yeah, so this is out there. It's on our link tree. It's posted on our link tree. It's the first link now with this live stream. Get out there, play around with it. I do have to fix a few things I've noticed as well on some of the percentage calcs when you hover over stuff. But certainly let us know if there's anything we can update or improve on. But yeah, hopefully Hasbro can take this and leverage it as one of the things they take for some of their inputs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, it is a great resource for sure. It would be obviously not. I think someone mentioned earlier, what's the point of this if you're only 1,000 people are voting or whatever it is, But I think we can safely say that the hardcore of the fan base are the people that are voting in this. So of course you do have a lot of other people out there that aren't voting, but we try. This is why we try and get as many people as possible. And if they're not even going to, if they're not going to take part in the actual rounds when they start losing their characters or whatever, it's just really important to get your top 10s in to start with, because that's what really feeds this.
Yeah.
And
it's like anything. You never get it. Any poll, you never get the entire, base. You only get a percentage, and you have to extrapolate from that.
Yeah, 1,000 is good.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've done the numbers before. If we had, 20-ish thousand, let's say, collectors or people out there collecting this stuff, over 1,000, I think 1,100 is statistically significant. I think it's like a 95% confidence level, maybe even higher than that. So
Yeah.
It's a pretty good sample size with very low margin of error. So again, that's why we mentioned, it's one of many inputs I'm sure, Hasbro can use to help, make some decisions. I think people take it too literally that, they're gonna take a fan poll and just make stuff from it. No.
Yeah. I mean,
several different factors that go into this. And this is,
of course, yeah, and there's definitely been some correlation since these fan polls have been running, but often, it's sometimes obvious characters which you kind of expect are going to come in anyway. Like, I don't know, like Bo-Katan springs to mind, for example. There's no way that she wasn't going to be made with the amount of airtime that she got in The Mandalorian.
Tim, can you bring up Doug Noth's comment? Doug Noth 9996 from 11:20 your time.
I will do, yeah. But I just want to say quickly that obviously Hasbro are governed by lots of different things anyway. There's Lucasfilm to consider. There's
right.
media output every year. So next year we've got a new movie. We've got potentially and Ahsoka season 2 at some point. Maybe I think it's probably be towards the end of the year. We've got the new Maul cartoon animation. So that Lucasfilm themselves are always going to want to sort of support those. We've got the Battle of Geonosis that Hasbro themselves are going to want to support. They want to support the HasLab. So instantly, a lot of the sort of slots are taken up anyway. So when they come to look at this, there might not be too many slots for them to sort of say, right, let's have a look at March Madness or Last Figure Standing. Let's have a see what the fans actually want, because sometimes they might not be able to fit a lot of it in anyway. But it's still a good thing for them to have, isn't it? Then it's better to have it, right?
Or they can, again, use this to kind of, okay, we're doing this theme. What is some of the consensus that's out there? And
exactly, yeah.
Does it fit with, this specific world building item?
Yeah.
So, Doug, I got the memo. I just forgot. I don't need the memo again to put my cover on my TPS reports, or cover sheet on my TPS reports.
Chris, we're gonna need you to have you come in on Saturday. Yeah,
and then I'll get you another copy of that memo. That's the industry I work in, so that movie is very important to me.
Again, I'm just filtering on different things here, show people what's coming out of them. I think animation Pong Krell is probably number one still. Yep.
Oh yeah. So the
Bad Batch up there.
Yeah, they came down this year, but I think it's because the same thing. Just like we got the episode 3 Anakin, people cooled on episode 3 Obi-Wan. I think because we got Crosshair, people cooled on Bad Batch this year. They didn't, they moved their votes somewhere else because they assume the rest of the Bad Batch is coming.
Yeah, for sure. And who else is on there? Captain Rex from Rebels. Oh, that must be Old Man Rex, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
There she is, Lorena.
So Tech, Echo, Wrecker, yeah, Clone Commando, Gar Saxon.
Yeah, cool figure.
I'm amazed they haven't done Gar Saxon or the Obi-Wan, to be fair. In those, those two just seem like two ones you could tick off no problem at all.
It is pretty wild. And I know that the Black Series got the Jedi Temple Guard, but I think that's again just another huge type of army building.
Oh yeah, that's one. Like, there's figures that I have no worry about if they'd sell. Jedi Temple Guard would sell.
That's right. You've mentioned that.
Yeah.
Did he drop this year?
Yeah, I think so. So he's 68.
How many votes, though? Really, what we care about?
Oh, right.
45.
45 versus.
Tyler.
Me too. I mean,
Show
Yeah.
Tyler.
20,
Yeah,
20 Did we say 68 or 58?
Tell me you don't like the Bad Batch without telling me you don't like the Bad Batch.
He had 45 votes last year.
45 this year.
And 80 something last year.
88. Yeah. Dropped.
But again, people in these fan polls don't forget that they get cute. So he came in the Bad Batch. We know that Bad Batch came in the Black Series. And a lot of people assume, they've got the digital sculpt for the Black Series. He's going to come in the vintage collection, so I don't need to waste my vote.
If that was the case, we wouldn't have any worries at all, would we?
No.
Because we're going to get everything.
Here comes Neil. Yay. We got our Neil.
Oh, you got to take the rough of the smooth. You go, here's Neil, and here's an updated Bespin Luke. There you go.
Yeah. 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 Good stuff. Publishing. Oh, we're gonna upset Tyler here.
Here's Blitz.
You got your Rook, your Mara Jade. Oh, maybe it was Dash Rendar. Dash Rendar was the one I was thinking of, not Kyle Katarn.
Yeah,
that was really popular. Yeah, sorry.
Surprised to see Prince Xizor, however we're pronouncing him.
Yeah.
That comic back did peg Warm pretty heavily. Twice. Peg Warm in Power of the Force 2, and then in Legacy Collection.
Luthen Rael 1. Luthen Rael. People are asking who won.
Yeah. Luthen won, which is good because we don't want the same winner twice in a row. So, and it's really cool.
Who won is always the Bears.
Wait, we need to show this really quick then. Tim, can you show the wig picture then?
Yeah, I'll try. Let's have a look.
Senator. I love that part. Oh man.
Ooh.
I forgive you, Miko. What am I forgiven for? What did I do?
Is it this one? There we go.
Yeah, it's in the drive, but there's the you got to find the one that
hang on. I know which one. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, because
Chris
put the perfect font on this one and styling.
Okay. Hang on. Okay.
Show us.
Here we go.
Oh,
here we go. Oh my god. Okay. This is the first time I've seen this.
I shared it with you, Tim.
Yeah, I know, but
get rid of the ticking thing.
Look at the wallpaper at the back of him. It's subtle.
I didn't even notice that at first. Chris had to call it out to me. But that neon cursive like font there is just chef's kiss, man. If this was on Chef Reactions, he'd say 10 out of 10, and he'd definitely eat it too. Right? He'd eat the SHIT out of it, Tim.
And hopefully Johnny Mustache or Jason's not on, because yes, I did follow the first Google, suggestion video for how to make a neon sign in Photoshop. I followed it like step by step on how to do it.
And that image of him there, though, serious note, just reminds me of the conversation with Dedra when they're skirting around the fact that they both know while they're there. Man, that's so good.
There's the part 2 where Clay is like, "You're slipping."
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well done, Tuna.
Yeah. Thank you both for putting all the hard work into that dashboard, because that is the sort of thing, the lasting legacy of these things that can be, evergreen or whatever. So the community can have a good sort of look at that and see where everything is, which is good.
Thanks, Tim.
That would be a great Halloween costume. What do you think, boss? Yeah. Just looking at some other
1997 HTML days. Just joining after mowing the leaves. I mow the leaves too.
Kingdom. I said to the two guys before, I said, you do realize what I'm missing for this, having to do this stream tonight. It's like, couldn't have timed it any worse. Like, we literally started just after the ring walks, right? But my phone did buzz, so I do know the result. And I don't know whether I'm shocked or not, actually, but I won't ruin it for anyone that wants to.
Did you tape it, Tim? Did you not tape it? Jesus, did you record?
I didn't pay for I didn't pay for pay-per-view, so I can't sort of watch it afterwards. Although there are sort of other ways, as we know, magic sticks and things like that. But I'll see what I can do.
What do you call it? The Amazon Fire Stick. You have that.
I'm not saying if I have one or not. I'm just saying that they exist.
Nice. Mother Russia thanks you.
Tim, we're making sacrifices here because it's Oklahoma, Alabama. Looks like it's a hell of a game right now. 23-21 with 10 minutes to go. Let's wrap this up so I can see the end of it.
What's that? Is that the Chicago Bears or what? What's that? Does the fridge still play?
For Team G.I. Joe, yes, he does. He still plays for Team G.I. Joe.
I always remember him. Like he had like, all I remember about American football back in the 80s was him and some controversy about his, like, did he have Nike or something on his neck thing and he wasn't allowed to, or something like that. I remember something like that in the news. Anyway.
Well, he's a bit of a trauma point. Well, maybe not so much for John because he was probably too young, but our team played the Bears in Super Bowl 20. That was with when the Fridge won the championship. Destroyed our team. Absolutely destroyed our team. It was over by halftime.
Yeah, and I've told Chris before too that I come from a Cowboys family and I cheered for the Bears when they won. I was 4 years old. I cheered for the Bears and they made me a Bears fan. I was like, why didn't you just make me a Cowboys fan, you jerks? Early 90s would have been great. But anyways, in middle school, I became a all Boston fan. Oh God! Oh man! Here they come! Here they come! We're trying to penetrate your country. Is it working? I don't know. Is it working?
Oh dear!
It's called football because you're on foot. You're not on horseback like polo, so it's football.
Is it?
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for.
That's one of the theories. It's one of the theories why it's called football.
Okay. That's fair enough. Right. Okay. We've moved on to sports now, so it's definitely time to wind this up. Because everyone's like, "What the hell is
this?" Is a live a sports live stream is what I want to do, not this stuff. Let's stop doing this stuff. Yeah. Sports live streams from here on out.
Absolutely. Right. Just want to thank everybody in the chat for attending every live stream that we've done. Thank you so much. Thank you for voting. Thank you to my buddies Chris and John for all their hard work. Loads of thank yous. Hopefully I will get round to doing Ask Boss Bounty tomorrow, but you guys in the chat, I'm sure you know where you can find John Miko. He is the admin of the Facebook group that's got 25,000 followers. Are they called followers?
26,500, but you know,
26,500 now.
Who's counting?
Is it followers or members? Members.
Members.
And then of course, Chris, one half of Bantha Skull,
Better
for your
half.
date.
Better half.
The better half. Always. That goes without saying. Sorry. Brett.
Just remember, if you didn't like how Last Figure Standing goes, Tyler, help me out in the comments. I think January 1st, get your top 25 ready for March Madness.
Absolutely.
Like how this goes, this is your next March Madness is your next chance to let your voice be heard.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. So thanks to everybody in the chat for being with us, guys. Really appreciate it. And that is it, really. As I say, Chris, I didn't get to finish. Chris, Bantha Skull website for your daily intake of TVC articles. And John Meekles has a website as well. So make sure you look at that. All right then, guys. So we're going to go now and we're going to end the stream. So thank you, everybody. And we shall see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.